I'm moving. I made a few mistakes, but I'm improving. I'm human, but I've been making daily resolutions. I got to. You might do it different, but I'm not you.
Hey, Mark.
I'm self-made. I'm
Hey, Mark.
doing things that
Mark.
I was never taught.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Hey Mark, the podcast where I, Mark, get to have open, honest, and authentic conversations about mental health, self-development, the problems that we go through. The point of this podcast is to talk about the struggles and adversities that we go through and let other people know that no matter what they're going through, they are not alone. This goes for you. You are not alone, and obviously myself as well. I don't want to feel like I'm alone either. And so I think this is a great platform for all of us to discuss our problems, our struggles, and our adversities together so that we can all grow from them as well. Now let's just jump into what it is exactly that I wanted to chat about today, which is how you do anything in your life is how you're going to do everything in your life. Now I'm going to preface this as well by kind of explaining a couple examples of, what I am trying to speak about. Now, growing up, I was not a diligent person. I was not disciplined at all. I was kind of a very chaotic person. I wasn't orderly whatsoever. And I'm still not the most orderly person, but I'd say that I've come a long way since being, a young child, a young teen. And then kind of in the last few years, I've tried to kind of clean my life up a little bit. And so when we chat about, how you do anything is how you're going to do everything, what we're discussing is the small, menial, boring, trivial, or difficult tasks that we have to do on a day-to-day basis. These can be things as little as making your bed, keeping your room tidy, maybe you're washing your dishes right after you've, dirtied them up. Perhaps we're talking about telling the truth all the time, even when it's difficult, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it is just a small little white lie that doesn't hurt anybody. But this can also come into play with little things that you have to do with your job, your work, maybe cutting corners when you know you shouldn't, or cutting corners when you think you might be able to get away with it. It might even be in regards to picking up that little piece of trash that you walk by that you didn't put there, so you walk by it every single day and you never pick it up. How you do anything is going to translate to how you do everything. And so I'll start off by kind of just giving the example of, look, when I was a little kid growing up and, into my early teens as well, my parents would always harp on me to, make my bed and keep my room tidy. And I never really wanted to. The way that I looked at it, there was no point in, making my bed if I was just gonna, mess it up that night when I got back into it. There was no point in washing my dishes right away when I cooked a meal or when I ate a meal, because I'd have to wash more dishes later. It made more sense to just let them build up throughout the day and then do a big wash at night. So obviously, if you look at it in terms of outcomes, if you leave all your dishes all the time until the end of the day and just do a big wash at night, or if you never make your bed because you're gonna dirty it at the end of the day anyways, or mess up the sheets, I guess. If the outcome is the same, why focus and put energy into these tasks that seem difficult, that seem pointless, that seem monotonous or tedious? Why put attention and effort into them? Because the way you do anything is the way you're going to do everything. If you think that it's okay on a daily basis to pass over these, boring or difficult tasks that you don't see a point in, then what's going to happen when you have to deal with real adversity, real struggles, and deal with the situations that on a large scale will impact your life that you don't want to deal with? You're going to be acclimated to avoiding the difficult things you don't want to do. You're going to be acclimated to avoiding anything that you deem to be unimportant when the people around you might deem them to be important. So it's going to cause a little bit of, turmoil in your relationships. But you and I both know that avoiding the difficult things and avoiding the boring things in your life is never going to get you to where you want to be. Not to mention, if you live your life as a slob, if you live your life, in a messy environment, if you live your life, always taking the easy route, not only are you going to lose self-respect for yourself, you're going to lose confidence in yourself, and you're probably not going to get the outcome when you do tasks that you're looking for, but you're also going to build a reputation around you which I don't normally talk about caring about what other people think about you. But in this instance, I will, because in regards to the workplace, in regards to business, in regards to your relationships, you know, what other people think of you and perceive of you is pretty important. And so if you always do skip over the difficult, boring, monotonous tasks, you're gonna build a reputation of someone who skips over the little details that end up, you know, creating the big results. So what do I do to kind of improve this situation within myself? You know, whenever I'm doing something that's super boring or trivial or difficult for me, I think of it as a chance to practice being present. You know, continuously in our lives when we are doing these boring tasks, maybe it's working out, maybe it's reading a book, maybe it's journaling, maybe it's making your bed or washing your dishes. Whenever we're doing any of these things, it's very easy to think about the past or the future. You know, you're either thinking about events that have already happened or you're thinking about events that might happen in the future. And it takes you away from the present moment. It takes you away from being effective. It takes you away from being the best you that you can be today. Chances are you're thinking about what you could be doing instead. And so when you are more present in the moment and you are doing these little tasks that, you know, seem like they might be difficult or seem like they might be boring or monotonous or pointless in and of themselves, it's an opportunity for you to become more effective in your life, become more productive in your life. Get these things done faster and at a higher level of efficiency so that you don't have to do them as often and it doesn't take as much time out of your day. Not only that, but when you perform them at a higher level and you get better at doing these things, you're gonna get more results from them and you're gonna enjoy them more. You're gonna see the value in doing these things more often. And you'll most likely be able to provide a lot more value to the people that are around you. So this is gonna be a short episode. It is nearing the end of it right now, but I did wanna leave you guys off with a little quote from Martin Luther King, one of the best people that ever existed. And the quote goes like this: "If a man is called to be a street sweeper, he should sweep streets as Michelangelo painted paintings, or as Beethoven composed music, or as Shakespeare wrote poetry. He should sweep streets so well that all of the hosts of heaven and earth pause to look down and say, here lived a great street sweeper who did his job well." And so think about the way that you want to be remembered, and also think about the way that you want to contribute to society, but also think about the results that you're looking for in your life, and understand that it's the little details that will get you there. Now go out and absolutely kill it today, tomorrow, this entire week, this entire month, and this entire year of 2021. If you enjoy this content, pass it on to a friend. If not, try and forget about it and listen to something else. Thank you so much. Much love and peace out.